Akash. I welcome you all for the presentation on marginal cost. Here the first question is, why do we study marginal costing? So it is one of the techniques used by the cost accountants as well as the management accountants to minimize the cost of production in an organization. And what do we study in marginal costing? So in this chapter, we'll be discussing about the meaning of marginal cost, meaning of marginal costing, meaning of direct costing, absorption costing, what is contribution, what is profit volume analysis, limiting factor or key factors, break-even analysis, and preparation of break-even analysis chart or profit. What do we study in marginal costing and why do we study marginal cost or costing? So in this chapter, we'll be discussing about what is marginal cost, what is marginal costing, what is absorption costing, what is profit volume analysis and contribution, then break-even analysis and profit volume charts. Then comes the question, why do we study marginal costing? So this technique helps the management in making the decisions which are relevant to the organization, especially with regard to the cost of production or production cost of a particular product. To start with the marginal cost is amount at any given volume of output put by which aggregate costs are changed. So generally, when a particular product is manufactured by an organization, the organization should see that the cost of manufacturing is kept at minimum level. So if it is extending beyond a particular level, then the company needs to take certain decisions with regard to control of costs. ಸೊ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೇ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ವೆಚ್ಚ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ಅದರ ಉತ್ಪಾದನಾ ವೆಚ್ಚವನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಯುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ 1,000 ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅದೇ ಅವರು 1,001 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 1,05,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅಂದರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು 1 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಾದರೂ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗಲಬಹುದಾದಂಥ ವೆಚ್ಚ 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ an organization when there is a change in the output level. ಅಂದರೆ ಉತ್ಪಾದನಾ ಮಟ್ಟ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಳ ಆದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ವೆಚ್ಚದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪರಿಣಾಮಗಳು ಏನು, ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಲಾಭದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪರಿಣಾಮಗಳು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. As already said, if volume of output is increased or decreased by 1 unit, so what will be the effect on profit, what will be the effect on cost, and what will be the effect on the sales of the company. So marginal cost is amount at any given volume of output by which aggregate costs are changed if volume of output is increased or decreased by 1 unit. As already said, a company manufactures 100 radio, variable costs are 150 rupees per unit, fixed costs are 5,000 rupees. If the company decides to manufacture 101 units, then the cost will be increased by that extent. You can see in this picture that marginal cost of producing 100 radio is 15,000 rupees. For that, if we add the fixed cost 5,000 rupees, the total cost would be 20,000. And if the production is increased by 1 additional unit, say marginal cost 150 into 101 radio, 15,150, and the fixed cost is 5,000 rupees. Now the total cost is increased to 20,150. So in order to manufacture 1 additional radio, the company has to incur an additional cost of 150 rupees per unit. Now let's move on to what is marginal costing. Marginal costing is ascertainment of marginal cost by differentiating between fixed and variable. As we all know, the total cost of a product are divided into two types, fixed costs and variable cost. Fixed cost, it remains constant at all the levels irrespective of whether the output is increased or decreased. Whereas variable costs are tend to vary with the changes in the level of output. ಅಂದರೆ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಆ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದರೆ ಆ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. And of the effect of changes in volume or type of output. So here the changes in volume means the changes in the level of output. That is, ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು 1000 ಯೂನಿಟ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 2000 ಯೂನಿಟ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 3000 ಯೂನಿಟ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚು ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಸರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆರ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು 2 ಅಥವಾ 3 ಉತ್ಪನ್ನಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಎ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬಿ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿ, ದೆನ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ascertained separately so as to ascertain the profit or loss on each type of the product. Now here the marginal costing technique is used generally to ascertain what could be the effects of changes in volume output. That is, if the output is increased from 1 lakh units to 2 lakh units, what could be the effect on the profit, the sales, as well as the cost of the company. So to assess will be used. Or from one model of car to another model. Say for example, ಈಗ ಮಾರುತಿಯವರ ಒಂದು ಕಾರನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಮಾರುತಿಯವರು ಒಂದು ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಕಾರ್ನ ಅವರು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಂಡ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ. ಸೇ ಮಾರುತಿ ಆಲ್ಟೋ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮಾರುತಿ ಆಲ್ಟೋ 800 ಅಂತ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಈಗ ಸ್ವಿಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುಪೀರಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಫ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡೆಲಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾಡೆಲ್ಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪಾದನಾ ವೆಚ್ಚ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರ ಲಾಭಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಈ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ದೆನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ one size of the product to another size, that is from large size products to the small size products. ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಉತ್ಪನ್ನವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸೈಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಉತ್ಪಾದನಾ ವೆಚ್ಚ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅವರು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸೈಜ್ಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಾಗ ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಅವರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಸಪ್ರೇಟಾಗಿ ಆ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತು ಇತರೆ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳು ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್. ಸೇ ನೀವು 1 kg ಏನಾದರೂ ಗೋಧಿ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 50 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅದೇ ನೀವು 10 kg ಗೋಧಿ ಹಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಏನಾದರೂ ನೀವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಬೆಲೆ 400 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬೆಲೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಬೆಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ಕರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. Now let us see the characteristics of marginal costing. The first one is the costs are divided into fixed and variable costs. So here in marginal cost, we will take into consideration only the variable cost of the products, because the fixed cost will remain constant at all the levels and it will be treated as the period cost and it will be charged to the particular time period, whereas the variable costs are treated as the product cost for the ascertainment of cost, profit or sales volume. So in the second feature is that marginal costs are the costs which are treated as the product costs. So marginal cost here means the variable cost. So in marginal costing technique, we will consider the variable costs as the product costs because the fixed costs are treated as the period costs as already said. While valuing the inventory, so stock valuation ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ they will take into consideration only the variable cost of the product but not the fixed cost. Then comes contribution. So contribution means it is the excess of sales over variable cost of the company. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬರಬಹುದಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬೈ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓದಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿವರೇಜಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ನ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ EBIT ಆರ್ EBT. ಏನಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆರ್ EBIT ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So the same table is used here also to calculate or to ascertain the profit of the company. So from the total sales of the company, we'll have to deduct the variable cost first because we are using this marginal costing technique. Then comes contribution. From the contribution, if we deduct the period costs or the fixed cost, we are going to get the profits for that particular time period. So based on that, the products will be priced in the market. So as I already said, the first feature of the marginal costing is segregation of costs into two types, fixed and variable costs. Again, the semi-variable costs are also segregated into fixed and variable, and after that only variable portion of that will be taken into consideration for the ascertainment of cost of the product but not the fixed part. So here, as already said, marginal costs. So variable costs are treated as the product cost, and fixed costs are treated as period costs that are charged to costing, profit and loss. While valuing the inventory, as I already said, while calculating the work in progress and finished goods, they are valued at marginal cost by ignoring the fixed cost of the. As I already said, contribution is calculated as the excess of sales over variable cost. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Here the profitability is judged on contributions made. Pricing is done. So here the pricing is based on the contribution and marginal cost of the product. And as I already said, this is the table that we are going to use for the calculation of the marginal cost or the profits. So first we have to take the sales, from that we have to deduct the variable cost. The resulting balance we have to treat it as contribution. Then from the contribution we have to deduct the fixed cost so as to get the profits of the company. So here sales of product A, from that we have to deduct the marginal cost, that is variable cost of that product, to get the contribution of that particular product. Similarly, sales of product B, from that we have to deduct marginal cost of product B so as to get contribution of product B. Then sales of product C, from that we have to deduct the marginal cost of product C so as to get the contribution of product C. Then we have to add the contributions of product A, product B, product C all together to get the total contribution. So from that we have to deduct the total fixed cost. So the resulting balance would be either profit or loss for the organization. Then the second technique in this chapter is absorption costing. Absorption cost is a total cost technique under which total cost, that is fixed and variable, is charged to production. So ನಾವು ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇವಲ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. Here the inventory is also valued at the total cost, that is by taking into consideration the fixed and variable product. Now let us see the differences between the absorption costing and the marginal costing. So in terms of valuation of stock, in marginal costing only the variable costs are taken into consideration to ascertain the total cost of the product, whereas in case of absorption costing, they will take into consideration both fixed cost as well as variable cost. So, by taking into consideration the total cost of the product, the stock values are calculated. See, in this picture, in marginal costing, we will take into consideration only the variable cost, fixed costs are charged to profit and loss account. In absorption costing, both fixed and variable costs are charged to a particular product. At the time of valuation of stock, work in progress and finished stocks are charged at marginal cost, that is variable cost in case of marginal costing, whereas in case of absorption costing, the stocks are always calculated based on the total cost of the product, that is by taking into account fixed cost and variable cost, as I already said. Then, while ascertaining the profitability, in case of marginal costing, first we will ascertain the contribution, that is excess of sales over variable cost of the particular product, whereas in the case of absorption costing, to ascertain the profit, we will use the formula sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost, so as to get the profit of the particular. You can see a comparative cost statement here showing the marginal costing and the absorption costing. So here the profits have been calculated based on the marginal costing technique and absorption costing technique. In both the cases, sales are rupees 6 lakhs and the profit is 1,35,000. But the effect on individual items, like in the first month, second month, third month, the profit amount will be changed because of the various factors, like taking into consideration the opening stock and closing stocks, as well as the variable cost and fixed costs. Say, in this table, in marginal costing, first sales for the 3 months have been taken into account, total sales 6 lakhs there. Similarly, in absorption costing, sales for the first 3 months, total sales 6 lakhs there. For that, we'll add the opening stock and variable costs and we'll deduct the closing stock in order to get the contribution. So absorption costing ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ opening stock, for that we'll add the total cost of the product, from that they will deduct the closing stock, the resulting balance will treat it as profit. Whereas in marginal costing, we'll take into consideration only the variable cost first. So variable cost now first get ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, from that we'll deduct the closing stock, the resulting balance will treat it as contribution. From the contribution, in the next step, we will deduct the fixed cost so as to ascertain the profit, that is, it is the excess of contribution over fixed cost of the company. Similarly, in this table also, you can see that even though the profits are same between the marginal costing and the absorption costing, the ascertainment procedure is different from marginal costing to absorption costing. So the fixed costs are taken into consideration in absorption costing at the beginning itself, whereas the fixed costs are taken into account at the end in case of marginal costing.